Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Nightmare Frames. So in the last episode we finally managed to have a real talk with Bill Eastman, the reporter, and I believe that the only reporter who ever managed to have an interview with Edward Keller before he died. And we actually got to listen to the interview because he had recorded it, the entire thing. And apparently Edward Keller was not alone in Serena. He was with this Patrick fellow who is a known troublemaker. And he's still alive somewhere, although badly burned from what we have heard. And right now we just need to find him. And we heard that he's living in the forest somewhere, in a caravan of some kind. And there's this guy named Tommy, I believe, and he's the one who buys Patrick's groceries and brings them to him every week. So now our next objective is to find this Tommy fellow and ask him where Patrick is, and possibly even ask him to take us to Patrick. So without further ado, let's go and ask Father Adamson if he knows who Tommy is or where he is. Father? Yeah? No, okay, we can't ask him. Can't ask him for some reason. Okay. Well, so much from that. Who else can we ask? I guess we could ask Rick Bowman, but we don't know where he is. The sheriff. Oh, that must be the guy. Tommy, yeah, yes, there he is. They described him as very tall, and yeah, he is tall, so... Hi, are you Tommy? Yeah, I'm Tommy. Tommy. Hey, easy, don't hurt yourself. I can never remember my last name. This is why they say I'm an idiot. Uh-huh. So, Tommy is rather special. I've been told that you know where I can find... Paul doesn't sell bait anymore. What? Can you tell me where I can find Patrick Robinson? What do you want the bait for? Well, can you tell me where I can find Patrick Robinson? Patrick can't come fishing with me. I know he would like to, but he can't move. Okay, so not only he was burned badly, but he became crippled too. Patrick Robinson. Where does he live? I actually prefer to go fishing alone. He really wants to go fishing. What do you want the bait for? Well, I'm asking you a very simple question, Tommy. Where can I find Patrick Robinson? My mind is busy with the bait right now. There's no room for anything else. Uh-huh, you don't say. That's why they call me dumb. Hey, stop it. Cut it out. I don't want you to get hurt. I can get you that bait if you want. Really? Of course. Here, take this. A can. Fill it up to the top with worms, okay? Okay. What do you want the bait for? Well, I feel that's a bit dumb question, but might as well ask. For fishing. Yeah. Anyone should have known. What else would it be for? Yeah, Alan. So where can I find some worms? Paul used to sell them, but not anymore. He used to sell worms? If I knew where to find them, I would do it myself. Fair enough. That I can do. Okay, so he doesn't know where to find worms, otherwise he would be getting them himself. See you around, Tommy. Goodbye, my friend. Okay, I was originally planning to go and ask the drugstore owner if he knows about Tommy, but hey, Tommy was here. Okay, well, the first place that came to my mind is the cemetery. Oh, goddammit, I didn't want to go back in here. Didn't want to come here. Anyway, so the first place that came to my mind was the cemetery, but we can't get to the cemetery still. So there must be somewhere else. How about the river? It's very moist around here. Maybe too moist. for worms? I guess not. Where can we find worms? Mars family house? I guess not. He's still here. Parterre. Weeds are grateful for the large amounts of water they are receiving so they can grow even more freely. But there's no worms. Worms there, okay. Same thing here. Among the weeds, dozens of earthworms struggle to crawl back into the soil that the rain has washed away. Ah, there we go. Well, let's dig up some worms. Can full of worms. I hope there's enough. Yeah, that should be enough, alright. And hi, Willie. Now. Here you go, Tommy. Here you go. Some bait. Oh, thanks. I can go fishing now. But before that, I know a place where I am alone. No one insults me there or calls me a dum-dum. You seem like a nice person, like Patrick. Do you want to come fishing with me? I appreciate it, but I have things to do. Patrick used to be bad, you know. He would hit me and call me a dimwit. He beat all of us. Yeah, he was quite a troublemaker, so I heard. But after the high school fire, he became good. Oh, really? Interesting. Maybe because he no longer had anyone to hit. Maybe. If there's no one to hit and beat up, then might as well become good, right? Now he behaves well with me. I read the Bible to him sometimes. Oh, you can read. I'm surprised. Patrick became religious. Religious? Yes, that. The people who believe in God don't make fun of me. They are good people. Like Patrick or Father Adamson. I want to talk with Patrick. Can you tell me where I can find him? Yes, sure. He lives near the lake shore. If you follow a small road just outside of town, you will end up seeing his caravan. No one goes around there. Just me to give him the groceries and spend some time with him. Okay, we got a new location. Okay, friend, I'm going fishing. You really don't want to come with me? No, that's alright. Have a good time. I will. Okay, thanks, Tommy. And don't click on the door this time. And now... here, Patrick Robinson. What's with that portrait? Looks like a portrait of a ghost. Well, he sure became religious, alright. A Virgin Mary. It's too heavy to carry. I was thinking about just looking at it. A fiberglass Virgin prays, leaning against the trailer. God loves you. An altar. Since Patrick Robinson is unable to do so, Tommy is in charge of putting fresh flowers in the vases on a weekly basis. Tommy enjoys that. Well, that's great. Good for him. The agonizingly realistic expression of the bust of Christ makes you feel uncomfortable. Sacred Heart. The image of a bleeding heart surrounded by prickly thorns would delight the guys at Astounding Effects. Is that so? The poster is as attached to the trailer the same way the old Mary Elizabeth Hellman posters are to their facades. It would be impossible for you to remove it without tearing it into 1,000 pieces. And another Virgin. The nearly 6-foot-tall Virgin seems to welcome you to Patrick Robinson's caravan. Jesus is Lord. Crucifix. Catholicism's fondness for such cruel and bloody images has always struck you as odd. Okay, well, let's go and knock on the door. Can he even open it? Patrick? Patrick Robinson? There is no response. But you can hear wailing through the door. Okay, the door is the only part of the trailer that is not decorated with any religious motifs. Let's try it again, I suppose. Patrick? My name is Alan Goldberg. I'm, the deputy. I'm coming in, okay? Okay, we can go in. So that's Patrick Robinson. And, the kitchen area. Cabinet. Well, let's look around first, I suppose. Tommy promised to wash the dirty dishes piled up in the sink, but he always forgets. Don't we all? Patrick doesn't remind him either. That poor kid does enough for him. It would be a nice gesture to wash Patrick's dishes, but the water tank is empty. Okay. First aid kit. Due to Patrick Robinson's condition, the first aid kit may be his most prized possession. So of course we're gonna steal it. There are only bandages inside. An empty pill bottle catches your eye. Okay, well, let's steal it then. I mean, it's empty, he doesn't need it. Cabinet. Patrick may not be aware that both inside and outside the trailer there is even more religious paraphernalia than in Serena's church. Paraphernalia, I'm not sure what that means. You don't think it's appropriate to search the drawers in front of their owner, even if he is barely aware of what's going on around him. Okay, well, anything on the desk? An open Bible and several dirty glasses lay on the table. You don't need anything from there. Okay, well, let's finally let's take a look at him first. Patrick Robinson is squirming in pain. You notice how he unsuccessfully tries to breathe, slowly between moans of pain to alleviate the torture he must be going through. Okay, now I kind of feel bad for him. When we heard him in the interview via the cassette tape, he sounded like a complete prick. Anyway, let's talk to him finally. Patrick? Are you alright? Of course he's not alright. Patrick Robinson is trying to tell you something, but the pain he is suffering from is so intense that it makes it impossible for him to communicate with you. Well, shit. So what bottle is this? Oxomeprazole. The list of side effects barely fits on the label of the jar, but it promises almost instant relief from any type of pain. Okay. Unfortunately, the jar is empty. So we need to get more of this stuff. Okay. Well, luckily we know just the guy who to go and talk to. And that is the drugstore owner, obviously. So let's go to him. Let's hope that this stuff is not expensive and that he has some of this stuff. Excuse me? How may I help you? I will take a look around the store. What? Okay, I guess we just show the jar to him. May I ask you a question? How can I help you? I have some medicine here. Oxomeprazole, yes. I may have butchered that word. I want a bottle. Does it need a prescription? No, it doesn't. I'm out of stock, though. Oh, of course you are. I'm out of stock. Tough. I think there's a typo there. He's supposed to say though. Today is not my lucky day, I guess. Few people use that drug. It's too strong. I used to order it for just 2 people. One of them was Tommy. Tommy? Do you know him? Yes, I've been talking to him. He said he needed it for his back pain, but he was actually taking it to that crook. Patrick Robinson. Damn it, he's supposed to be the idiot, not me. He played me for too long, but that's over now. Are you telling me that you are refusing to sell a drug to a person who needs it? Is that legal? I don't care if it's legal or not. This is my business and I decide who I want to sell to. I see you are not from here. You don't know Patrick Robinson. Well, we have heard some stuff. Actually, I have been at his place and believe me, if anyone needs that medicine, it's him. Did you feel sorry for that poor bastard? Don't trust appearances. He deserves to experience all the suffering in the world. Why? What did he do? I mean, I know that he used to be a troublemaker, but surely he was not that bad. Right? Do you believe in karma? Because I do. Let him suffer. He did a lot of damage here in Serena. We'll be better off without him once he dies, written in agony from the pain he brought on himself. Well, shit, okay. Patrick must have been a really, really terrible person then. So he refuses to sell the drug to us. Oh wait, he doesn't have any, never mind. Why the animosity towards Patrick Robinson? Yeah, I'm curious now too. It's obvious that you didn't get to know him. His mother abandoned him when he was 10 years old, and from then on he devoted himself to doing as much evil as possible. He began stealing from the few businesses that were still open in Serena, and he started committing animal abuse. Well, no wonder that Edward Keller then took a liking to him. He burned Walter Jenkins' dog alive just for the pleasure of it. Okay, that's just sick. He beat up all the boys in town. Nobody was free from his rage. And that was before he discovered alcohol. Then it got worse. I think I have told you enough for you to understand when I say he's better off dead. Is that clear to you, Deputy? Who is this other person using omexiprazole? However you spell that word. Patricia Hellman. Hellman. Yes, that name is familiar. Any relation to the missing girl from years ago? Her mother. She lives nearby at number 75, next to O'Connell's old hardware store. If she hasn't come back for a refill, it means she still must have some pills left. Okay, well, good to hear. I will take a look around the store. Well, actually, no, I lied. We're gonna leave. So, to the old hardware store. It's this one here. So, she lives here. Mrs. Hellman? Come in, it's open. Damn, she looks creepy. Oh, she's a crazy cat lady. Great. I always leave the door unlocked for Rusty. A cat? He knows how to open it. I'm sorry to bother you. My name is Alan Goldberg. The owner of the store told me that. Paul. Yes, I think that's his name. He told me that you have a jar with oxymeprazole. Would you be so kind as to give me a couple of pills? It is an urgent matter. I would be happy to give them to you, right guys? But I only have a couple left, and I usually take 2 at a time. 1 for pain in my eyes and 1 for pain in my soul. I see. Oh hey, I recognize this painting. The Supper. Who was the artist who made that again? The original. Dust has taken adhering to the fabric for years. Patricia taught her daughter to crochet. Together they reproduced The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. Ah, so it was by Leonardo da Vinci himself. Okay. I should have known that then. Patricia was proud of Mary Elizabeth. I'm sure she was. I mean, sewing this entire thing, the supper, the Last Supper. That's impressive. Smokey, Molly, Ruthie. Oh, that's just a garbage bag. I thought that was another cat. Rusty, yeah, I knew it. Rusty is a cat. Smokey waits patiently for Patricia to refill his plate of food. Smokey does not like to be petted. You don't like petting cats either. Okay, fair enough. Ruthie is pinging on the contents of the garbage bag she has destroyed. Rusty seems to be standing guard in front of the hallway to keep strangers like you from entering the house. A guard cat, okay. Patricia crocheted Elizabeth's name during her pregnancy. When her daughter was born, her eyes reminded her of her grandmother Mary. At that moment she decided to name her Mary Elizabeth in her honor. Mary Elizabeth Hellman? The photo must predate the missing person posters you have been seeing all day by 3 or 4 years. It shows Mary Elizabeth with Teddy, her best friend. Could that possibly be this teddy bear? Can we compare? If life was one of your scripts, that might have worked. Okay. Well, let's assume that this teddy bear used to be Mary Elizabeth Hellman's. Can we talk to her some more? Mrs. Hellman? Are your eyes sore? A lot. Oxymeprazole helps me cope. I need to be able to feed these rascals. Isn't that right, kids? Is your soul hurting? My daughter, Mary Elizabeth. They took her away, her and her friend. Since then there's been a void in my soul that can't be filled by anything but my daughter showing up through that door again. That medicine makes the pain go away for a few moments, but it doesn't usually last long. It's medicine for physical pain only, ma'am. I think antidepressants are more suitable for that. Are you a doctor? No, I'm not. I'm just using common sense. Then stick to what you know. Okay, fair enough. Did they take your friend too? Who is your friend? Teddy, her teddy bear. Ah. She took him everywhere. People made fun of her for that. That little stuffed animal gave her more love than all the people in this damn town. I can't have my little girl. I don't even have his friend to comfort me. This is so fucking depressing and sad. Is there anything I can do for you? I don't want to live with this pain in my soul. Can you help me? Do you know how to do it? You mean assist you in committing suicide? I guess so. Nice talking to you. But I don't think that we can just give this bear to her in this condition. It is a noble gesture to return the stuffed animal that belonged to her daughter. But wouldn't you think it would be even nobler if you took all that filth and fetid smell of it? Yeah, I thought so. I can't even try to go there. Nothing else that really interests us. Oh, there's Molly. A week ago, Molly gave birth to a litter of 6 kittens. Since then, she does nothing but sleep on the couch. Yeah, I can understand that. Table. Under the lamp, you can see a jar of oxymeprazole with 2 pills inside. And we can't just take it now, can we? Wearing that uniform does not give you the right to confiscate the bottle of oxymeprazole. Convince Patricia that you need that medicine. Okay, well, so we have to find a way to wash up this teddy bear. But where do we... Oh yeah, the church. I think that we must convince Father Adamson to let us use the pure water of the altar or whatever, so we can use it to wash up the doll. Let us baptize the teddy bear, please, Father Adamson. Father? Yeah? Still no. No new dialogue options. And we still can't just do it like this, can we? If your intention is to desecrate the water of the baptismal font, the most logical thing would be not to do so in the presence of Father Adamson. So we have to get rid of him somehow. Or we have to find another way to clean it all. I got an idea. How about we break this window and make Father Adamson to fix it? So let's use the pliers on it. Ah, it works. We didn't need the pliers to fix anything, we needed to break this. Or remove the blanks or whatever. So now the window is banging. That window again. Yeah, you go and fix that. In the meanwhile, we are going to... It's probably the purest, clearest water you have seen since you are in Serena. Now let's wash this real quick. Simply putting the teddy bear in the water won't be enough to wash it. Are you gotta be kidding me? You'll need something else to get all the dirt off. Like soap? Can we enter here? Closed. Well, shit. I don't know, use the pliers on it. That's not the right tool for opening the door. This key won't go there. You won't get the door open with that. Did Father Adamson leave something behind him? No. He came back. Okay. So we need something else to wash the teddy bear. Something in the garbage. You rummage through the trash for anything useful. Among food scraps and newspaper there is a bottle of detergent. Detergent, could that be something that can help us here? It's practically empty, although there is enough left to wash a single garment. Okay, nice, there we go. How long was I looking for that thing? Feels like about 20-ish minutes or so, but I could be wrong. But hey, finally. We are making some progress once again. It can't be. Something is going on here. No, what are you talking about? Nothing is going on here. Maybe it's the bloody kids. Well, I guess that there is no kids anymore in this town, but whatever. Let's add some of this there. You will probably go to hell for this. Well, I guess you'll find out when you die. Now let's... Well, I'm sure that God understands. Clean teddy bear. Despite the occasional loose seam, the stuffed animal looks like it just came out of a toy store. Nice. Okay. Okay, well, let's leave. And he fixed the window again. Alright, now we can go and take this teddy bear to poor Patricia. And then we can get the pills, and we take them to Patrick. And then he can tell us more about Keller and where his film, the lost film, possibly is. I have brought you something. Teddy! Where did you find it? Under the bridge, trapped between some rocks. I'm so happy to see you, Teddy. Do you know where my Mary Elizabeth is? I have a lot to talk about with Teddy. You can take an oxymeprazole pill with you. Thank you. You put an oxymeprazole pill in the empty jar you were carrying. There you go. One will be enough for me. The pain in my soul is gone. Well, that's good to hear. All that's left is the pain in my eyes, you know. Oh, shit. I had to rip them off because I kept seeing her ghost. Jesus Christ, that actually legit scared me. Good heavens! It was a shade with glowing eyes. It wasn't her. I know she's still alive. I must go. Be careful out there. Serena is damned. Yeah, we keep hearing that. Jesus Christ. That was easily the most disturbing thing I have ever seen in this game so far. Oh my god. This game is getting spooky, alright. And I love it. I hate it. I love and hate it. Okay, but now to Patrick. Okay, here you go, you sick sadist. I got oxymeprazole. That's what you take for pain relief, right? You put the pill in Patrick Robinson's mouth and he swallows it with great difficulty. You don't know how long it will take for the medicine to take effect. What you do know is that you are too tired to stand around waiting for Patrick Robinson to communicate. The fatigue you have accumulated throughout the day begins to take its toll. You can barely keep your eyes open. You decide to take a well-deserved break. Okay, well, you are not afraid of anything, are you, Alan? Oh, great. That's what you think, but you are fooling yourself. Find that film and you'll find me. At that point we will see which of us is right. Wake up and find me. Wake up. Wake up. Oh, he doesn't look as bad as I was expecting. Hey buddy, wake up. I'm sorry, I dozed off. My name is Alan Goldberg. You shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done what? Releasing me from my suffering. I deserve it. To be honest, I only did it so I could talk to you about something. Although I couldn't leave you in the state you were in either. I know that God didn't send you here since your act is not part of the punishment. But you're a good man, Alan Goldberg. No, I'm not. I try to be, but I don't try very hard. Well, I've been trying for years too. What brought you here aside from helping a poor man, Alan Goldberg? Edward Keller, and you can just call me Alan. Edward Keller. The devil himself. I don't know what your intentions are, but forget that name. Even after death, his influence still lingers on. You could end up like me. Or even worse. Did you ever finish the film you were shooting? How did you become Keller's assistant? Well, let's start with this. How did you become Keller's assistant? He was very sick when he came to Serena. He needed someone to help him and make his film. Someone that he could control as he pleased. He was very intelligent and manipulative. He could spot people's weaknesses and I was his ideal candidate. God knows I don't want to exonerate myself from anything, but he did what he wanted with me. Did you ever finish the film you were shooting? Unfortunately, yes. He even went so far as to add a soundtrack. Did you get to see it? No. No one could see it. I made sure of it. Now what punishment do you mean? I have been a bad person, Alan. Yeah, we have heard. From the moment I was born, I dedicated myself to evil. I did terrible things, and now God is making me pay for them. But I accept his punishment with humility. He is wise. Do you know where I can find that film, Patrick? Yes, Keller has it. Hold on. Keller is alive. What do you want that film for? A millionaire from LA is willing to pay a huge price for it. No money in the world could fix what the film is capable of destroying. We can share the reward, Patrick. Could you cure me? Look at me, Alan. Do you think this is fixable? I don't know. You could try. And like I said, you don't look that bad. Besides, what you can see, I have a disease that's killing me. Let me guess, you got cancer too. What disease? I don't know. Don't want to know either. It's certainly not something you can cure with oxomeprazole. All I know is that I'm doomed. I don't have much time left in this world, and I'm glad about it. That will mean that my punishment will be fulfilled, and God will finally grant me forgiveness. Well, let's hope so, for your own sake. I'm sorry that your trip was in vain, but I can't tell you where that damn movie is. I'm very sorry. Why don't you want anyone to see that film? Is it really that bad? You flash a quick smile that's quickly wiped off your face when you see an expression of disapproval on Patrick Robinson's face. Is there any other copy of the film? No, just one. That's how it was supposed to work. That's how that was supposed to work? Patrick is not willing to say anything else. Keller fans have the right to see that film. Don't you think? No, Alan. It's not an ordinary film. All that celluloid has been touched by the devil's hand. We didn't make a movie, Alan. We created an incantation. Excuse me? Keller was obsessed with the concept of fear. He knew how to provoke it in his audience, but was incapable of experiencing it himself. Damn, so he feared nothing. He acquired an ancient book called A Treatise on Primordial Fear. Yeah, we heard about that. That book performed two functions. It provoked an unspeakable fear in those who read it, and at the same time it was a manual on how to emulate that effect. Keller tried to reproduce it in a film with the intention of feeding off people's fear. For this, he needed to perform a series of invocations in a place marked by tragedy. And that place is Serena. No place in the US has suffered greater punishments than this town. Every generation has suffered violence and misfortune in their own flesh. We have had several natural disasters that have decimated the population, serial killers, kidnappings. Why does anyone want to live here? Serena has never experienced a time of peace. Even the settlers that came here 2 centuries ago ended up killing each other. As you can see, Keller found in Serena the perfect place for his invocations. But he went far beyond the teachings of the book. He believed that by causing a great tragedy, the ritual would be more powerful. And that's why I believe that Keller was the one who caused the high school fire. On Friday nights, most of the population used to gather at the basketball game held in Clark Morgan High School gym. Looks like I was right. I told you that Keller was very sick. He had no strength left for anything except holding the camera. So Keller told... Oh God. So Keller commanded Patrick to set the school on fire while he filmed it all. And that's why Patrick got burned. Easy there, Patrick. I have to tell. I closed all the exits and caused an explosion in the boiler room, following Keller's instructions. Yes, I was right. No one was spared. Teenagers, children, entire families with their bodies in flames desperately looking for an exit as Keller filmed everything from the outside with a macabre grin on his face. The smell of burning flesh spread throughout the town. The screams were deafening. Oh Lord, I can still hear them. I hated this town and its people, but I never thought that the explosion would be so huge that innocent people would die. Keller said it would only scare them. Once he finished shooting, he told me that he didn't need my services anymore and left me standing there in front of the flames, racked with guilt. I wanted to end my life, Alan, but I couldn't do it while a monster like Keller walked freely upon this world. The next day I went to his house. He had already finished editing the film. I jumped on him and squeezed his neck. He didn't seem to care. He was convinced that his soul would be transferred to the film. That he would live in it for all eternity. Once he died, I left with the film can, not knowing what to do with it. The apparitions began that very same night. People who had died in terror materialized in front of people's eyes. Everyone's fears were brought to life. I have seen it. It's hard for me to admit it, but I have seen it. The book that Keller brought was harmless if unread, but what he filmed had a life of its own. Since then, Serena has been cursed. Oh, so Serena was cursed only on that day, and not before, despite all the tragedies and all the terrible stuff that's been happening here. Okay. More than it was before. Oh, okay, fair enough. And I contributed to that. With Keller dead and the film probably secured, it was my turn. I had to die. I dosed myself with gasoline. Okay, so he didn't get burned during the high school fire. Trying to experience the pain of all those people I had killed. I lit a match and began to burn. But some guys came and extinguished the flames. They wouldn't let me die in peace. I confessed everything to Father Adamson, about the film, about the fire, about my suicide attempts. He said I was not prepared to answer before God yet. So Father Adamson knew all about this. That's why I can't die, not until God tells me to. What did you do with the film, Patrick? Where is it? Oh, my goodness. I hadn't noticed the signal. What signal? You. You are the signal, don't you see? You have come for the movie, but not for the reason you think. God has sent you here to do what I could not. Destroy it. That's it, isn't it? After everything Patrick has told you, and knowing what your response is going to be, you can't help but feel dirty. Normally, your selfishness is no problem for you, but lying to a poor dying man who has opened his heart to you in search of redemption is too much, even for you. Yeah, I guess after hearing your story, that must be my mission. Tell me where to find it, and I'll burn that damn film. I told you, Keller had it. I snuck into the morgue before he was moved, opened up his stomach, and inserted the film into his guts. So the film has been buried along with Keller inside the crypt. When I got out of there, I decided to take my own life, believing everything was over. But that was not the case. The film's influence spread through its contact with Keller. He lives eternally in it. I'm a mess, Alan. Serena became a haunted town because of me. So the film can be found in Keller's body, in the cemetery. In one of the corridors of the mausoleum, there are 2 statues guarding the entrance to a crypt. That's where his body is. I guess it's time to end this curse, don't you think? Yes, of course. Can you do me a favor before you go? What, wash your dishes? Of course. In the left door of that cabinet there is a small jewelry box. Can you bring it to me? Yes. Here? Yes, that door. Here you go. Thank you. I must go now, Patrick. I'll drop by when it's all over, okay? That won't be necessary. I know you will destroy that film. God has put his trust in you. And I trust him. In fact, I won't be around anymore. I have been saving this for a long time, waiting for the right moment. What? What's in that box? The time has come for God to forgive me. What are you going to do? I'm going to end it all. Put an end to the curse, Alan. Oh my... Patrick! Oh shit, no! Well, shit. That was a... Well, I knew he was going to kill himself somehow, but just like that with a gun. Damn it. Alan. Oh, you're here, Bowman. Tommy told me where I could find you. I heard a gunshot. Did you hear it too? Yes, Patrick Robinson has shot himself. Who the hell is Patrick Robinson? The guy that lived in the trailer. So he shot himself. What the fuck are you saying? Go check the corpse, you'll see that it was a suicide. Easy, Alan. I believe you. But you can't deny that since you have arrived, strange things have been happening. I don't need to be here for strange things to happen, and you know it. All right. Let's calm down, shall we? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. What now? Watch out, Alan. What is it? Oh shit! What the fuck? That Daggett son of a bitch was right. It's the witch who ate his dog. Get out of the way, Alan. Wait a minute. What are you doing? I know who she is, Rick. Put the gun down. What? Are you serious? Mary Elizabeth? What? Mary Elizabeth Hellman? Her picture is all over town still. There was also a portrait of her at her house. Look at her face, Rick. I'm convinced it's her. Fuck, it's true. Don't be afraid, Mary Elizabeth. We found you. Your mother is waiting for you. Mother? Mother? Jesus, she's been through a lot. Yes, she's Patricia, isn't she? Mother? She never gave up her hopes of finding you. Mom? I want Mom. Yes, sweetheart, we are going to take you to her. And at that very moment, your cold heart breaks into 1,000 pieces, and you end up crying in the rain together with Mary Elizabeth Hellman. Jesus, this game is hitting right into the feels right now. Morgue. I know that you don't like coming to Serena, Frank, but I appreciate you being here. What, she's dead? Oh wait, she's breathing. No worries, you know I'll do anything for you. So, what do we have here? You mean, what don't we have here? I am amazed that this poor woman is still alive. I have given her the maximum dose of sedatives her body can take and still, look at her. Her nerves are shattered, even sedated she is unable to relax. I will give you a summary of what I have found. Both her hands have been amputated. A very crude job, probably carried out with a pretty blunt saw. The stumps have been cauterized, hence the burns up to the middle of her arms. For the love of God. The bones in her lower extremities are shattered. They have been crushed. You said she was crawling, right? Yes. I don't get it. Every foot she crawled would have caused her unbearable pain. Let's move on to the torso. I really need to end this episode here soon, so be quick about it. There is hardly a spot where she has not suffered a blow or injury. There are bruises all over and whip marks. The left breast has been amputated. Jesus. As the forensic scientist speaks, the impotence you feel makes you clench your fists so tightly that you unconsciously dig your fingernails into your palms until they bleed. Also, her tongue has been cut out. Maybe the son of a bitch who did all this was tired of this poor girl begging for death. Are you okay, Goldberg? You look pale. You can go outside and get some air, if you want, I understand. No, never mind. Has she suffered any kind of... Yes. Are they implying sexual abuse? She has been sexually abused on repeated occasions. Yeah, I knew it. Look guys, I don't want to go into any more detail. Yes, please no. If you want, you can wait for me to write the full report. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Mary Elizabeth has suffered all kinds of abuse during the... How many years has she been missing, Rick? 10 fucking years. 10 years? Oh, shit. Someone wanted to inflict all that damage on her and at the same time has been very careful to keep her alive. For what reason? I have no idea. Psychology is not my field. The FBI will be able to answer that question when they profile the offender. What about the mother, Rick? Have you talked to her? No, not yet. I'm thinking about what to say, you know. We have found your daughter, but in what condition? No, I'm not ready yet. Give me a couple of hours. You are the boss. You decide to step back just enough to avoid hearing the details of poor Mary Elizabeth's captivity, as this whole affair is affecting you more than you thought it would. Okay, finally. I'm gonna end this episode here now, but... Fuck, this game took a really dark turn in this episode. The game disturbed me, it scared me, and we learned a lot about Edward Keller and what he has done. And I was right, at least half right, when I said that I believe that Keller was the one who caused the high school fire. So I was right about that, but I did not think about Patrick and his involvement at all. But then again, we only learned about Patrick in the last episode, so can't really fault me for not thinking about him as well. But anyway, I've been playing for... shit, at least 1.5 hours, because I got stuck for quite a long time while trying to find a way to clean up the teddy bear. But anyway, I'm gonna end this episode here, and in the next episode, well, we have to get to the cemetery and find Keller's body, because that's where the lost film is. So, until then, thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Nightmare Frames.